Most people think evolution always creates perfect animals. Well, that's not true. Some creatures are so bizarre that they look like they should have gone extinct millions of years ago, but somehow they survived. And by the end of this video, you'll see why nature is far stranger than fiction. Number 1. Platypus. This is a platypus. At first glance, it looks like someone combined several different animals into one. It has the bill of a duck, the tail of a beaver, the feet of an otter, and the body of a furry mammal. In fact, when European scientists first saw its preserved body in 1799, many believed it was a fake. They thought someone had stitched different animals together as a joke. But that wasn't even the strangest part. The platypus is a mammal, yet it lays eggs.
Huh?
Only 5 living mammal species still do this, making them some of the rarest mammals on Earth. After the eggs hatch, another mystery appears. Baby mammals normally drink milk from nipples. The platypus doesn't have any. Instead, the mother releases milk through tiny pores on her skin, and the babies simply lick it from her fur. That's already strange. But when the platypus dives underwater, it closes its eyes, ears, and nostrils completely. It can't see, hear, or smell. So how does it hunt? Its bill is covered with thousands of special sensors that detect tiny electrical signals produced by the muscles of nearby animals. Even hidden prey can't escape. And if all that wasn't weird enough, male platypuses carry venomous spurs on their back legs that they mainly use to fight rivals during the breeding season. An egg-laying mammal that feeds milk without nipples, hunts by sensing electricity, and carries venom. If any animal shouldn't exist, the platypus is probably near the top of the list. Number 2. Tardigrade. This tiny creature is called a tardigrade, or water bear. It's so small that you need a microscope to see it clearly. It slowly crawls through thin layers of water, looking completely harmless. But appearances can be very deceiving. The tardigrade may be one of the toughest animals ever discovered. Now, when they're active and wet, they're actually quite fragile, but when their environment dries up, they activate an unbelievable survival mechanism. The tardigrade curls into a tiny barrel-shaped ball and almost completely shuts down its body. Its metabolism drops to less than 0.01% of normal, entering a dormant state called cryptobiosis. For almost every other animal, that would mean death. For a tardigrade, it's simply survival. By replacing the water inside its cells with unique protective proteins, it turns its insides into a glass-like solid. It can remain in this state for years, patiently waiting for water to return. Once moisture finally comes back, it absorbs the water, wakes up within minutes, and continues crawling as if nothing happened. That's already unbelievable. But while locked in this indestructible shield mode, scientists have exposed tardigrades to extreme freezing temperatures, intense heat, powerful radiation, and even the literal vacuum of space. After returning to normal conditions, many survived. Of course, they're not indestructible. Every living thing has limits, but compared to almost every other animal on Earth, the tardigrade survives conditions that sound impossible. Imagine sleeping through global disasters in this glass-like state that wipe out almost everything around you, only to wake up later like it was just another ordinary day. For an animal smaller than a grain of sand, that's an incredible way to stay alive. And somehow, the next animal has discovered an even stranger trick. Number 3. Axolotl. This smiling little creature is an axolotl. At first glance, it looks like a baby salamander that never grew up. Surprisingly, that's exactly what it is. Most salamanders spend part of their lives underwater before transforming into land-dwelling adults. They lose their gills, develop lungs, and leave the water behind. The axolotl never does. Even after becoming old enough to reproduce, it keeps its feathery gills and spends its entire life underwater. Scientists call this neoteny, where an animal reaches adulthood while keeping its juvenile features. That's already unusual, but here's the impossible part. If an axolotl loses a leg, it simply grows another one. Not just a limb, it can also regenerate its tail, parts of its spinal cord, sections of its heart, and even parts of its brain without leaving permanent scars. Instead of patching the injury with tough scar tissue like most animals, its body forms a special cluster of cells that rebuilds the missing part almost perfectly. Scientists have spent decades studying this ability ability, hoping one day it could help improve treatments for human injuries. A creature that never truly grows up and can rebuild parts of its own body. Evolution certainly took a very unusual path with this one. Number 4. Mantis shrimp. This colorful animal is a mantis shrimp. It may only be a few inches long, but don't let its size fool you. It's one of the fastest punchers on Earth. Instead of using claws to grab prey, the mantis shrimp throws a punch with the acceleration of a .22 caliber bullet. The strike happens so quickly that the surrounding water forms tiny vapor bubbles, which instantly collapse with immense force. This violent phenomenon is called cavitation. When those bubbles burst, they create a powerful secondary shock wave and a brief flash of heat nearly as hot as the surface of the sun. That means its prey is struck twice in the blink of an eye, first by the actual punch and then by the exploding bubble. The impact is powerful enough to crack the hard shells of crabs and snails instantly. As if that wasn't enough, its eyes are just as extraordinary. Humans have 3 types of color receptors. Mantis shrimp possess up to 16 specialized receptors. They don't see a mega rainbow like scientists used to think. Instead, their eyes act like high-speed barcode scanners, processing colors instantly to save brain power. Even crazier, they can detect polarized light, a type of light wave that is completely invisible to human eyes. A tiny underwater boxer with one of nature's fastest punches and remarkably complex scanning vision. If any creature looks overpowered, it's this one. Number 5. Goblin shark. This is a goblin shark. It doesn't look like a normal shark at all. Its long, flattened snout, pale pink skin, and rows of needle-like teeth make it look more like an alien than a fish. But every strange feature has a purpose. Goblin sharks live deep in the ocean where sunlight never reaches, and food is hard to find. They don't chase prey very often because energy is too precious. Instead, they wait. The moment a fish swims close enough, something unbelievable happens. Its jaws, which are connected by highly flexible ligaments, suddenly catapult forward from its head at blinding speed. They extend several inches completely outside the shark's face, grab the prey, and snap right back into place almost instantly. It's called slingshot feeding, and it functions exactly like a spring-loaded trap. In the darkness of the deep sea, a single missed meal could be a serious problem. So evolution solved that problem by giving the goblin shark a mouth that comes to the food instead of making the shark chase it. It may be one of the strangest-looking predators on Earth, but after surviving for millions of years, it's clear that this bizarre design works. Sometimes the animals that seem impossible aren't mistakes at all. They're simply evolution's most creative solutions. Nature doesn't always create the strongest or the most beautiful animals. Sometimes it creates the strangest ones, and somehow they survive for millions of years. Which of these animals surprised you the most? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more unbelievable stories from nature. See you in the next one.